places I've seen, only inside a dream. Can you show me tonight? Feels like a compass, cause no matter where I turn, I can't look.
I know.
I watched an interview, you wanted to throw koalas.
Oh yeah, I did. I started off as a joke when I was in San Diego last year. I wanted something because it was myself and Nervo playing, and it was just all Aussies, and I said, oh, we should just get some wild koalas or kangaroos. Actually, I went to the San Diego Zoo that day. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get some real koalas and we'll throw them out and do it.
They say those things are vicious.
Yeah, they could rip your. They could take some flesh out of you. They got claws, like.
Wow.
What?
Nothing. I didn't know they were vicious. They could take the flesh out of you.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty.
Like you have to hold them in a certain way.
The smallest video ever. It's all tiny. I'm like, do I have to bend down so you could get in?
No, you're totally in it.
Telling us that koalas never have consensual sex either.
Really?
That's what I found out. That's always rape.
That's awful. That's the worst thing I've heard all day.
That's the worst thing I've heard my entire life.
That can work both ways as well. Like for the male koalas, so they're like, no, I don't want to. I gotta procreate.
That's hilarious.
They always look pissed off too. Their noses are all like.
Take those places I've seen, only inside a dream. Can you show me tonight? Feels like a compass, cause no matter where I turn, I can't look away. Feels like a compass, cause no matter where I go, I can't walk away. Pulling all my love, just like a magnet, pulling all my love, just like a magnet.
Dressing girl.
We're in no danger. I saw you were talking about you were gonna wear for Halloween. You're gonna wear the steamer one.
Yeah, I tried to find one.
The stingray tail.
Yeah. But as it turned out, I was on the road and I couldn't I was moving house over the last 2 weeks, so I was homeless for a little while, and then I just had this small bag and I couldn't travel with it, so I had to just wear something black. It was pretty lame. But next year, I'm going to make a real effort. I'm going to do it.
Fake stingray tail doesn't go through the TSA too well.
Yeah, exactly. That's to be travel safe.
You pull me in.
What's up? It's RENCARN8. We are live at the castle. They always bring you the biggest and best names in EDM. We're sitting here with Anthony, also known as Hook and Sling.
What's up?
So, I saw that last year when you did an interview, so 3 things that you wanted to have accomplished were to, make music faster, to have the best steak, and what was the third thing? Were you able to accomplish all of those things for 2013?
I can't remember the third thing, but a steak is definitely things I've ticked off my list. I've probably eaten a steak in every. I actually had a steak for dinner tonight. I always like to sample the local meat varieties of certain cities. So yeah, I'm living that dream. Next up is, what was the other one?
You wanted to produce faster.
Oh yeah, no, that hasn't gone that well at all. I've actually got a single coming out in 2 months. It's taken 2.5 years to write. So yeah, after that one comes out, maybe I could start talking about writing records faster.
Okay, I watched one of the videos that you put out where you were in your studio, and I saw there's an elephant up there and some other little gray guy. Did you put those there? What's your girlfriend do that?
Yeah, no, she. I've been collecting. It's weird that I just have lots of animals in my studio. I have like birds that are tea light holders. I have like an Eames black bird that sits on top of some soundproofing. I've got a fish. I've got an elephant with no eyes. This is all in one room. I don't know how I accumulate all these things, but yeah, when I had a look around, it's funny when I did that video, I looked around and went, hang on a second, I've got like Noah's Ark in here. So Yeah. No, I do have a thing for animals.
Okay.
I don't have a dog, but he's real.
Yes, and I know what kind of dog it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's ironic.
Very ironically, an Australian Shepherd.
Yeah. What's his name?
Zach.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, even if it wasn't dogs. All right, I saw you're on the Magnetic tour right now, and you said you've never performed with Chris Willis.
That's right.
So you just did that, like basically he would send you files and you did it that way.
Well, I didn't. Chris wasn't even supposed to be on the record.
Oh, wow.
If I could be completely honest, what happened is that I sent the instrumental, to some friends of mine in New York who were going to write the vocal for it, and it just so happened that Chris was in the studio with them the day they were writing. So the vocal came back, the record came back, and they went, "Hey, we've got Chris on this." I'm like, "How did this happen?" And they said, "Well, he was in the city, he was in New York, and we had a session with him, and we opened up what you sent us, and he performed it." So it was just like, I suppose a happy, I don't know, not an accident, but it was like just a really fortunate situation for him to be in the right, us all to be in the right place at the right time.
That's awesome. I saw the video, I watched the video for that, and just last week I was watching a video where they show where if you put like sand on top of a speaker with a plate and at different frequencies it'll change it. I noticed in your video that it actually, you have like a liquid and it's starting to make shapes. Did you do that in the video? Was that your idea?
No, we had guys, I'm trying to think of their name. They did the Diplo strippers on a stripper pole through space.
Oh yeah, where they keep coming down.
Yeah, those guys, I forget their names, but I'm sure you guys can look it up. And they just went to town on it. There was like 5 guys that had probably about 100 different types of magnets. We had like magnetic plasma, which is like what you saw there. We had magnetic putty. Do you call it putty over here? Like a Play-Doh.
Like a clay or something.
Like a clay, yeah, magnetic clay. We had iron filings. We had super hardcore magnets where some guy accidentally put his phone too close to it and wiped it. Yeah, it was a pretty intense day of shooting. I went down there for a couple of hours and I saw it. They shot in LA, and yeah, we went crazy on it.
You didn't want to be in the video? It's not important to you?
No, I wouldn't have fit into that. There was like a beautiful girl dancing. I just would have ruined that whole vibe.
It's like photo bombing.
That wouldn't have been like.
It would probably make her look much more attractive. That's for sure.
Okay, you have a record label, correct?
Yeah, I do.
And what are some of the artists that you've got coming out that we can look for 2014?
You know what? I know I can't announce that just yet, but I will say that we're about to sign our first non-hook and sling record. So at the moment, it's always been just hook and sling. We haven't done the paperwork yet, so I can't really say it. But it's a record that everyone knows already. So it's already a record that's hyped up a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be non-hook and sling records from, I'd say, in the next couple of months. And yeah, I want to start growing it next year, and I think a goal I want to do for next year is just to grow it, and just, I don't know, at the moment it's just been a place where I can put out my stuff in Australia, but I want to take it next level.
Okay, I know your name, I know where you got your name from. We just announced last week, Skrillex is being sued. I don't know if you saw that. Skrillex is being sued over a fart sound. And yeah, some guy,
really?
Yeah, he claimed that Skrillex used a fart. This guy was like all backed up for like ever, and he went and had a medical procedure, and he was like, this is not funny. And he's like, Skrillex supposedly sampled my fart that I put on the internet. And yeah, another person who's getting sued is Jay-Z, and he's getting sued for, ironically enough, your name. Yeah. So are you going to get a piece of that action now because your name is in there too, or?
Well, he sampled the Eddie Bo record, Hook and Sling. So, I mean, if he sampled it, like, he's probably going to lose some money. But I'm not sampling anything. I'm just kind of using using that name. But funnily enough, I once heard a story about Chris Lake and deadmau5 sampling themselves, slapping their asses, and using them as claps in a record. So when everyone's kind of clapping along to a song in a club, it's actually the sound of their asses being slapped. I think that's true.
American TV exclusive right here. You heard it from Anthony. That's hilarious. Oh my god. You just.
Wouldn't that be funny? Like, you're in a club and you're thinking this is the best track ever, but you're actually listening to someone's aspect slap.
You made me the You taught yourself to play guitar,
I did.
and you were 18 when you taught yourself to play guitar.
Yeah.
When I first picked a guitar up, I remember because there's so smoke on the water that dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. What was the first thing that you never taught yourself how to play?
It would have been, I got given a, I think it was like either Eric Clapton. I wasn't good enough to play Eric Clapton as a first bit of music to play. But I think it was like Nirvana or some like old Nirvana, like Nirvana Unplugged, or there was like Crowded House or something. I don't know. It was just some weird stuff because my dad had this book of, my dad played guitar and that's how I learned. I just picked it up in the house, and he had this book of just old like tab music, and he had things like Cat Stevens, and he had all the stuff that he was playing in the 70s when he was 60s and 70s when he was learning. So yeah, I just had all this old sheet music to go through. So
I saw just yesterday you released a little snippet of a track called "Celebrate"
Oh, yeah.
with Empire of the Sun. Are we
Yeah.
gonna get to hear the whole thing tonight?
for sure.
Awesome.
For sure. Well, I actually tested. It's funny. I had a deadline of last week to finish that record, and last night was the first time I played it out, and it sounded great. So tonight's gonna be the second time, and I'm really happy with that record.
Enjoying the carbonated water.
Yeah, this is caffeinated water, which I don't want to necessarily give a plug, but I mean, hey, this tastes pretty good. Oh, this is my new merch. We're selling these t-shirts. This is a Hook and Sling t-shirt. So
Take your love higher.
No, this is Take You Higher.
Oh, take you higher. Take you higher.
So yeah, I'm just we're launching the merch store next week. I'm glad you mentioned that. So
She's good.
this is t-shirt number 1. Oh, there's actually a few, but you'll see them next week.
I like it. What about you, Chris?
I have some friends, and they're actually out of Europe, and their name is Twisted Beak, and they Laid Back Luke wears their stuff, and so I saw them online, and I was like, hey, your shirts are awesome, so they sent them to me. So if you want, I can have them send you some if you want to or something.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
You take me out of my mind when you and I intertwine. It's like you show me a light. Take me places I've seen only inside a dream. Can you show me tonight? Feels like a compass, 'cause no matter where I turn, I can't look away. Feels like a compass, 'cause no matter